You have to see this. This is Finn. We're about to show. Oh my goodness. Take a look at him. He's a resident of the Oklahoma City Zoo. And this week, the zoo's 8th caretaker took over their Instagram. And we are all loving that they did. And as you can see, Finn was fascinated.
Definitely ready for his close-up.
Kind of looks like you. Where do you take a picture?
It kind of does, actually. Yeah.
Oh, this Republican jigaboo that
I try to respect them, it comes out the wrong way. I think sometimes they're Japanese to Korean, so I just go konnichiwa, but they don't. Or like arigato, but they're not Japanese.
That's one of the reasons I just don't say it. I just look at
And then
them.
they'll just look. No, China. Oh, sorry. Again.
Okay, my accidentally racist thing is I have this thing called code switching. Let's say if I'm speaking to a certain
Nah, he's
person,
racist.
I'm not racist.
Nah, he's racist.
My brain.
You should see him in Bali.
If someone's talking to me with broken English, I don't know how.
He responds in broken English.
I respond back in broken English. It's not my fault, bro. I don't choose to do it. It just happens.
Racist.
My whole life I was raised with black people. Nothing but. No, I take that back. We had a couple American but Mexican families. And then several Asians as well. And anyways, that's how it was for us growing up. So, but being that it was majority black people, we knew what to not say and say. It wasn't even intentionally. It was just, you know. And so you would hear stuff like that, like, "Ooh, white people rude. They don't know what's disrespectful and not to say." So I was working for this nonprofit in Oakland, and it was a youth, to try to help the youth in the community get jobs, get GEDs, whatever. And so it was mostly black people. And they did have a couple white people, the kind that, I'm rich and I don't know anything about the hood, but I'm going to come to the hood and try to make it better. One of them hero type, I guess they call them white saviors. And so while we were having a meeting one day in the room, okay, so it was me and this white lady. We were the only ones in there that's not black. And she goes, "I know you would know." And I said, what's up? And she goes, "Why is it that black people beat their kids?" And this was literally in my face. And I literally looked around and everybody's face, like, shocked, but they all, like, looked over at me like, what is she gonna say, right? And I think that they felt like, okay, if anybody could answer this question, it was me. So they didn't like say anything to her or, "Oh, that's disrespectful." They didn't even gas. They just was looking at me like, "What's your response gonna be?" And so I was highly irritated. But the person that I am, I had to say something ignorant back. So I was like, well, the reason why black people whoop, not beat, their kids is because they don't want them to get guns, go up to the schoolhouse, and shoot up all their friends, including bullets and teachers. And I left it at that because really I didn't have much time to even expect that question, let alone answer it. And like I said, all eyes were on me. So I kind of felt obligated to answer it. And it's crazy because, like I said, this was like some rich lady. And so I never thought in a million years I was going to run into her in public. And I actually had some little ones with me. And she had her son with him. And I was coming out of the store at a shopping center. It was like an outlet mall. So I was coming out of like the Nike outlet. And she was just happened to be walking by, right? Normally, if I would have seen her from a distance, I would have like grabbed the kids and went the other way. But we made eye contact, so I kind of didn't have any other choice but to say hi to her, especially because I worked with her. So I had two little ones with me. I was pushing a stroller and I was holding the 3-year-old Tan. And so she come up to me. She goes, "Oh my gosh, are these your kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And she goes, "Oh, cool." She was like, "Let's meet little Tommy." And she looks around and she's like, "Oh my gosh, where'd he go? Where'd he go?" And then, no, I can't make this up. there was, in the parking lots of a shopping center, they have those big old parking lot lights, huge. I mean, they're like even the poles like this big. And he was literally halfway up of it. No lie. It was climbing halfway up. And she's like, little Tommy, I don't really remember the kid's name, but she's like, little Tommy, get down here. Okay, come meet her. She's my coworker. So, little Tommy says, no. And she was like, Tommy, you're gonna fall and bust your head. Tommy said, no. He had to be about 6, 7 at the oldest. And, she looks at me like, she's like almost embarrassed, but at the same time, like she's used to little Tommy telling her no. So she's like, oh, okay, well, he doesn't want to get down. And I was like, cool. And then I looked at her and I was like, hey, that's why black people whoop their kids. And I walked off. And it was so funny because even the kids that I was with were very good. Like, they were well behaved. I had a freaking 2-year-old just standing there holding my hand this entire time while little Tommy's 6, 7-year-old self is climbing up a pole. And I felt so good. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I got her back because her face was like, And I like I said, I wasn't trying to make her feel bad, but you said something disrespectful, and the fact that you thought that was okay to say was insane to me. I stayed away from her after that, and I eventually quit that job, but over the years, I really didn't come into contact with any other white people. All the jobs I went to, like, I did live in Philly for a while, and them white people in North Philly is a whole different breed of white people. I don't know how to explain it. Them is some hoodlums, okay? So I didn't really hear them say nothing ignorant. And it wasn't until actually recently, and when Rich Homie Quan died, and me and a coworker was talking about, like, dang, that's messed up. He was so young. It was so unexpected. And so this white dude was like, who is that? And I was like, oh, he's a rapper. And then another white lady who was overhearing our conversation. I don't know what it is with white people, but they feel like if you're having a conversation around them, that they're automatically included in that conversation, even if you're no type of talking to them. So she looks over, so she responds to him as like, no, an underground rapper. Okay, so of course she the type of white lady that listens to, Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre back in the day, but Rich Homie Quan being an underground rapper, I don't think so. Like, we can go on, and I literally got so pissed. I went on his YouTube and showed how many views he gets per song, his songs, and I was like, that's disrespectful as heck. And I'm like, dude, let's get to the point where people need to chill. Like, if you don't know about another color of a person, then just shut up. Just shut up. Let this be your wake-up alert to shut the heck up and mind your business. Because I wasn't talking to you. A, you weren't even in the conversation I was having with someone else. When someone else walks by and asked me who I was talking about, you decide to respond. I just feel like that was so disrespectful. And even though he was a white boy, he was a younger white boy. So once I sang a song to him, played a song for him, he knew exactly who he was. You get what I mean? So it was like nothing, you need to mind your business, back, So if we're not going to be conscious and respectful of other people, then just shut up. Just shut up. Don't bring up nothing about that person's culture, race, ethnicity, whatever. Just shut up, because it's disrespectful. If you don't know about things that I straight said, maybe not in white people world was he famous, but he was famous in black people world. Okay? It's as simple as that. Stop being disrespectful. Stop talking about other races. I don't know how else to say this. Like, yes, it is a thing. Nobody is sitting there feeling like, these people are just picking on me. They are. It's not, I know a lot of people do turn into victims and we need to become survivors and leave that victimhood behind. I get that. But I'm telling you firsthand, as someone who has experienced it and seen it for themselves, it's out there. It's out there. And so we need to learn as a whole and a collective that if we don't know what's not right or right to say or ask questions, then maybe we shouldn't do it. Maybe we should just go ahead and Google it. That's what we need to do. It's not a conversation starter. It's a derogatory, disrespectful statement. That's all I'm going to have to say. So shut up when it comes to other people's races. And shut up about other people's colors. If you have a question, ask Google. Or ask God to shut you up. Amen? Okay, well, what do y'all think? Did anybody else experience anything like this? Or, did you ever say anything and then find out later on it was disrespectful and that wasn't your intentions? Let me know in the comments. All right, y'all have a good day.